Hello, welcome back. I thought I'd come out fishing tonight, see what I can catch. I'm using I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit shaded, but I've got cod stuffed into a finger bandage dressing, and then that's just hooked onto the 6/0 circle hook at the top. Shouldn't be any need to tie it on because the bob should keep a hold of it. So I'm just going to chuck it straight out. Tide's going out, there's about another half an hour of the ebb. So it'll drag across to the right a little bit, and then I'll fish the tide in for maybe 3 hours into darkness. Yeah, there's a nice bit of depth just there. Perfect. So I'm not going to have the rod tip too high, and I think I'll just turn it a little bit into the wind. And that should do it. I don't need the tip light on yet. There's still a bit of light. There's a nice bright moon up there, so there should be plenty of light around for us tonight. I've got me lamps and my head torch and stuff like that. So let's see what we can catch. So since the last time I was here, which was probably early last year, they've replaced all of this end here because it was all smashed right up during the storms. So that's all been concreted over and a bit more barrier put up across the front just to protect it when there's big seas, because the waves do come in straight through the pier and they smash up here. What a sunset. That looks great. I'm going to put that tip light on as well now so I can see what I'm doing. I had to put a new tip light on because the last one, when I cast out, when I was at Blythe on Wednesday, the tip light just went straight across the sky like a shooting star into the river. So this is a brand new one. I do like these tip lights. They're very bright, very easy to see. So time-wise, it's 4:30. We're just on low water, just coming up to it. And then it's going to start to flood, and hopefully it'll start pushing some fish back in. Stand just here, behind this big bit of structure. It'll keep us sheltered from that very cold wind. It's down to 1 degree and it's going to get much colder tonight. There comes the pilot boat. That's the one that just guided that big ship out. Alright, and so far there hasn't been any action on that. It's been out about 15 minutes. I'll give it another 5 and then I'll get it in. But what a beautiful night it is. That's lovely silhouetted skyline over there with that orange sky behind. Looks amazing. It's been in about 20 minutes. I'm just going to keep changing the baits quickly. Keeping fresh baits on. Maximise the chance of catching fish, because like I say, I'm only here a few hours. I'm not staying all night. Just wanted to get out. There's the DFDS ferry heading over to Holland. If you've never been on there, it's great fun. Maybe I should do a little fishing trip over at Holland. A little weekend break with the fishing rods. That would be a good one, wouldn't it? Right, I'll get this in. Get a fresh bait on. There's not much happening on it. I'm hoping that tide's just turned now and it might start to push some fish in. That felt like there was a crab on there, so it just dropped off. With a fresh bait on there. So this is squid and caught this time. And I'm just going to go to the end here and just chuck it a little bit further out towards the piers, because it's going to start swinging back in with the tide now. So I'll just give it a good whack from here. And that was, I got a little bit of assistance there with the wind as well. And then I'll just bring the rod up here because it will come round with the tide. Oh, I just cast all my line out. Every single bit of it. That was a good cast. My hands are absolutely freezing. It's definitely time to put gloves on and warm myself up a little bit. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's definitely in the minuses now. Last night was the coldest night of the year, so tonight's going to be just as cold. Yeah. Just getting some little knocks on there. Not very big, but definitely something having a look. Yeah. I'll leave it to develop. I think what I'll do is I'll fish here for the next hour, and then I might move up to the riverside up there and fish just round the corner from where I've parked the car. That's unless I start getting fish here. Right, that's the end of the rod's kind of pulling down, almost as if there's a crab or something on it. So it's been out a while, so I think what I'll do is I'll bring that in. We'll get a fresh bait on and we'll get casted back out a bit more straight out in front of us this time, because that tide's pushing in now. Hopefully it's bringing the fish in. Right, there's nothing on this. I'll bring you back when I've baited up. I don't know if you can hear that wind, but yeah, I don't know if you can hear that wind, but it's absolutely howling. Oh, so cold, so cold. There's another big ship coming in there. It's been busy here the night. So I chose this spot because it's nice and safe. There's a nice flat surface, so it's nice, easy fishing. I'm still recovering from that really bad cold or flu or whatever I had at Christmas. So I just wanted somewhere where there was no danger. And this was one of the places that came to mind, so that's the reason I'm here. I don't know if you can see that ship, but it's a big one. It's just the city of Rotterdam, it's called. Huge thing. Right, so I'm going to go straight out this way this time. So I've got a bit distance on it. It's difficult because that wind's such a strong side wind. to do it. So the tide's fighting against the wind now. Tide's moving right to left as the water comes into the river, and the wind's blowing straight out, putting a big bow in the line. But it's not hampering the fishing. It's fine. Third cast, third time lucky, hopefully. Wish for a fish. Oh, I deserve one for coming out in this, I tell you. Nice cup of coffee. Should warm us up. Oh, cheers. Oh, is that bites? It'd be typical, isn't it? If I just put a coffee out, I'm getting bites. Unless it's just settling on the bottom with that wash from the ship that went past, possibly. Right, I'll tell you what, there's nothing happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this in and I'm going to go a few hundred yards further up the river and try just up there, because there's nothing happening here at all, really. So I'll get this in and I'll bring you back when we're up the top. Right, I'm up at the riverside. It's a little bit warmer here as well. And I've just put on a fresh new bait, squid and carp wrap. And I'm going to get that chucked straight into the middle there. Just had a panic attack because I thought I'd lost the receiver off me wireless mic systems. I'd put it in my pocket and I thought it had dropped off on the way over. I've already had that happen to us once. Very expensive mistake. Just putting that out as far as I can get it. Get it into the shipping channel where it's the deepest. Yeah, there's a nice bit of depth there. So I'm hoping that a slight change of venue might bring the fish. I'll probably fish 2 hours here and then I'll head home. But it's been nice to get out. I didn't get up until about 1 o'clock, so I've had an extremely lazy day. I'll put that rod tip a bit higher, just so I can see any bites. There you go, should be right there. Right, let's see if I can get some fish. Oh, bite straight away. Yeah, something's picking at the bait there. I don't want little fish though, I want big fish. That looks more like little fish. What I'll do if there's just little fish around, I might downsize the hooks for the last hour, just so that I can pull something in. That's pulling down quite strong. I don't know if it's the current. I don't know whether something's just getting onto the line or something. But it's definitely pulling down and bouncing back up. Yeah, it's a bit odd. So I'm just making up another rig with the smaller hooks on. something on it. Possibly a crab. Oh. Oh, well, whatever it was, I've just lost it. Ah, bugger. Must be a rope or a ledge out there. Right, I'll get another rig on and I'll get back out again. I'll show you what I've changed the rig to. It was definitely a crab because that last bait was completely stripped. I lost the weight, but I got the hook back and there was nothing at all left on it. So what I've done is I've downsized to size 2 hooks. I've just put half of a wrap on each of them. So 2 hooks, double the chance, smaller the hook size. Hopefully the fish can get them in the mouth before the crabs pinch all the baits. And hopefully I can get a fish because I'm not going to be here much longer because it's absolutely freezing cold. I'm the only one here now. What I have to remember is when I'm winding in, to wind it in as quick as I can to avoid whatever it was that cut us off there. Right, even if I get little fish, that'll do me. It's a stark contrast to when I was fishing in Blythe. It was just cast, fish, cast, fish, cast, fish, cast, 2 fish. I had 14 all night. There was 3 codlin, a rockling, a dab, and 9 whiting. And 3 times when I was pulling the whiting in, I had doubles. So it was a really fast action night. It was nice to have a night like that where you just catch loads of stuff, even if it is little. It restores your faith in angling. Because there's a lot of sessions through the winter where you're just standing around casting out and not bringing anything in at all. So I think sometimes you've just got to have an easy little session and just, I don't know, it just revitalises you a little bit. Keeps you interested in the fishing. Because if you blanked every time and there wasn't much action, I think you would get sick of it eventually. You've got to have glimmers of hope. That looked more fishy. So I was just going to say end of the video there, but just have a little feel. Let's put you back here a bit as well so you can see. It would be great to get a fish now. I've literally packed the box in preparation just to go back to the car. I think there's weed on this line as well because it's pulling round. Whatever that fish was, I don't think it's coming back. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of movement there still. Right, next bite. I'll bring it in and we'll call it a day. There's a bit of weight on it. I don't know if it's weed or a fish. We shall find out. Please let it be a fish, come on. I would be so pleased if it is. Even if it's a tiddler, I'll not be bothered. Is there anything? Nah. Nothing. Weed. Right, that's the end. See you when I've warmed up next time. Bye.